Your child has cut contact with you. What do? I'm going to give you a few tips that you can follow in case this is your situation. Number one, we always have to remember they were the child, you were the adult. And it doesn't matter if there was a 15-year difference, a 25-year difference, or a 40-year difference. At the end of the day, that child knew less than you, and it was your responsibility to guide them. So if they have cut contact with you, it's probably because they feel as though you can't guide them at the moment. Why is that? A lack of emotional intelligence. You see yourself now as your child's equal, as person to person, adult to adult. But your child still sees you as their parent, someone who should have known better, someone who should have done better. You want to minimize their feelings and maximize yours. But that's where the mistake happens, because your child can't heal your trauma. Never could, never will be able to. Even as an adult, they will not be able to heal your trauma. We have to understand that our experience with our child is not the same as their experience with us as their parent. They did not experience what you experienced. They had their own experience from your reactions, from your unhealed trauma. You should acknowledge and apologize for your behavior. As simple as that. Is that an open door for you to be a part of that child's life? And that child can be an adult now, but they're still your child. Is that an open invitation to be a part of their life? No. That's to start your healing process. You apologizing properly starts your healing process, not theirs. If there's no contact with you, they've already started their healing journey. And what you're apologizing for your behavior. You're apologizing for your behavior. The things that you did not do, the things that you did do, the things that you allowed, the things that you said. You're apologizing for it all. And then you ask your child, no matter how old they are, what specifically did I do that still makes you feel sad or hurt to this day? And number one, we should know, right? Because probably the conversation has come up before. But if we don't know, right, we're just not there yet, right? We're just not there with the emotional intelligence. Then we ask. And if they don't know how to articulate it, be open to saying, I understand that right now we need some time to process things, but please, when you come across something that triggers you, that you know is something that I personally attributed to, please let me know so that I can have the opportunity to apologize. You can't make anything right. You can't take back what has happened, right? But what we can do is take accountability. You're apologizing for how your child received your behavior. And I think sometimes as adults, we think like, oh, it's a child. It's a person that's going to turn into an adult one day that needs to see the proper way to communicate. And it is not an excuse for you to say, well, I didn't have that, so I don't know how to give it. Read a book. Listen to an audiobook. These are ways for you to figure out, hey, that sounds like me. Or be self-reflective. Saying you're wrong or we're wrong in a situation does not make you a bad person. It means that in that moment, the way you were experienced was just not good. And if you're still able to speak it, then you're able to fix it. Sometimes we also have to acknowledge that our best just isn't good enough. Simple as that. Sometimes we have to say, did I really do my best Could I have done a little bit more? Right? And if you really felt like you gave everything you could and your child still says, it wasn't enough, then it wasn't enough. Simple as that. However, ask your child, can you articulate to me what I could have done better? Ask your child what it is that they specifically needed. Every child is different. What specifically did they need that you didn't give? And then you have the opportunity to now at least try and give those things. And the last one I'm going to give for this video is, with years of hurt comes years of healing. And your child may not be on the same healing path as you. They may be ahead of you. You may be ahead of them. We have to understand that it is not up to us whether they want us in their life or not. That's a decision that they will have to make. And they will probably make that if they're on a healing journey based off of your actions. We also need to just understand that you may apologize. You may try hard to be a part of your child's life now, and they may not receive you that way, because with years of hurt comes years of healing. But what you're doing is at least opening the door, and that's important. And if your child is still willing to allow you to apologize and try, then there's still opportunity for growth, right? Some people want no contact forever. They don't care if you live or not. And that's their choice. When we apologize, as I said earlier, it's not just for the child. It's also to start our own healing journey. So that when you are speaking to your child, you are now speaking to your child from a more vulnerable place, from a less defensive place, from a place of understanding, and this will seem probably foreign to them because you got to this point for a reason. And you don't usually get to the point of no contact because you've been understanding and because you've been a great parent, right? So in their eyes, maybe you think you've been a great parent in your eyes, but the real measure of how great a parent is based on what the child thinks. It just kind of is what it is. We can't win every battle as a parent, right? They're not going to always be happy with us. They're not going to always like what we have to say. But there are certain things that can be done from a parent to a child that will make a child not ever want to be a part of their parents' lives. And when those things happen, you are now put in the back seat. You are now put in the back. And their feelings and emotions matter more to them, which they should, not yours. Not yours. Because you had an opportunity to help them develop that, help them become better, you had an opportunity to be that for them, and you missed it at that point in their life. And now at this point in their life, they don't need you that way. So you being in their life is up to them. But you apologizing is for you to heal, so that now when you talk to your child, it's coming from a place of, I want to be better. I want to help you. I want to show you that I was wrong. And it's not to keep beating a dead horse. It's not to keep pushing the conversation into the ground. It's about talking, communicating. So, as always, I hope these tips have helped. I bring you messages like this so that we can heal, so that we can walk in our true purpose. We cannot walk in our true purpose if we are walking around bitter and hardened and our vibrations are low. We have to heal the things inside of us that hurt us, that make us sad, so that we can spread our light. And we won't be able to spread our light unless we are walking in our purpose. And we cannot walk in our purpose with all that baggage. So, as always, I hope this has helped, and I thank you for watching. God bless.